Let me tell you about a piece of hardware I never thought I needed but now wouldn't be without, and that's a ScreenBar from BenQ. BenQ had asked me if I wanted to try out their ScreenBar Pro or ScreenBar Halo. I knew nothing about either, so before committing to anything, I went to check them out on the website and confusion ensued. They have a few of these screen bars and I wasn't sure which one would suit my needs, and I ended up getting both the ScreenBar Halo and the ScreenBar Pro sent. So this video is going to cover why you might want each of those and why you probably want either of them in the first place. The ScreenBar is a lighting bar and it sits on your monitor and, depending on the model, shines light at the physical workspace below or both the workspace below and the area behind your monitor, as is the case with the Halo. Now, if you are a practical-minded person and a skeptic like me, you might wonder what the big deal is. Either of these products is over $100 or £100 in His Majesty's money. Why not just point an IKEA lamp at your desk when you need it and you're done? But that is the reason of a Philistine. The beauty of these products are many, but first, as they both attach to the monitor with a simple clamping system, they're always where you need them and not littering your desk. And if your desk's anything like mine, space is a premium, so this gives me the benefit of light where I want it, without something I need to faff around with arranging on my desk. You also don't get any glare whatsoever on your screen. It's hard to overstate how important this is, but you can very comfortably work with either of these as the only source of light in the room alongside the monitor itself and be entirely comfortable. Both of these are powered by USB, the connection on both being USB-C, and they work on all sorts of monitors. Mine's a pretty good test for this. It's a 40-inch ultra-wide and there's curvature to contend with, but both the Pro and the Halo deal with that with no issues. They can both deal with curves from 1000R to 1800R. Both also offer a variety of light temperatures, so you can bask in a warming 2700K or live like a man in a fridge at 6500. I typically choose the latter as it matches my cold, unfeeling heart. Both also have an auto brightness feature, so they can adjust the intensity of the light based upon the ambient light levels. So we've covered the essentials of what both of these screen bars do, but let's talk about the differences, why you might want one over the other. The key thing here is I can't really tell you which one is better than the other. It's more a case of which feature set appeals to you the most. So let's start with the Pro. Well, the Pro has a very slim claw sort of section for hooking onto the monitor. Now this might be a big deal if you've got a monitor with a very thin bezel or perhaps a webcam up on top. It also only has the downward facing light, which might be a deal breaker if you're a fan of the projected light behind the monitor, which I'll show you in a minute when we look at the Halo. However, the crowning glory and the thing that sets the Pro apart for me is it has an auto on off, which is something that I absolutely love. You set up the bar to your brightness preference and then you never have to think about it again. When you get close to the screen, on it comes, and after a short period of time when you're away from the screen, it automatically turns itself off. One thing that caught me out is if you have auto on off and auto brightness on. This causes the bar to kind of come on, then go off, then come on fully. And this happens because first it detects your presence to come on, then it measures the ambient light and turns itself on to the correct brightness. It is working as intended when it does that, but if you find it annoying, and I'm grumpy enough that it annoyed me, you can just instead choose a brightness that you like, press and hold the heart symbol for 3 seconds, and then that sets it to your favourite. That way, when you come back, it'll just instantly come back on at that level without the breathing effect. Now, there's no separate control with the Pro. All the controls are up on the light itself. It's very straightforward, and again, it's hard to convey just how pleasant it is to have light down on your desk as you work without actually shining onto the screen. The Halo does not have presence detection, so it can't turn on and off by itself for you. Instead, the Halo has a couple of individual features of its own. Firstly, it comes with this rather nice wireless controller. It takes 3 AAA batteries that are included, but obviously you'll need to replace them at some point. But without any configuration at all, it just instantly connects to the Halo light. And it can actually, as I understand it, connect to 2 Halo lights at once if they're both close enough. So you could have one controller and drive a dual monitor, dual Halo setup, if that's your thing. It has this very nice sort of tilt on it, and it's got this lovely frictionless feel as you spin the dial. The other thing that the Halo has that the Pro doesn't is the backlighting. Where the Pro only gives you the downlight, the Halo can give you a downlight and a backlight, and they can be on together or independently. I quite like the backlight if I'm sat back from the screen a little, maybe enjoying a game, if you can call getting mashed by sweaty 10-year-olds on Fortnite enjoyable. For me, the backlight is a nice to have rather than an essential, but I can totally understand those that would put that feature above the auto on off of the Pro model, for example. I mentioned this already, but what is so nice about these products is that you can get just the right amount of illumination in just the right position. The fact that your desk area is lit so well while getting no direct light on your monitor feels like a minor miracle. The quality is sort of obvious when you sit in front of them. And the quality of the actual product is great. They've got wonderful brackets, they hold the bar in the correct position, there's no sort of wobbling around, and there's no sort of serious clamping, so it's not going to make a mark on your screen in the longer term. If your monitor has a very thin bezel, you'll want the Pro. If you want the auto on-off, you'll want the Pro. In terms of the downlight in practical use, I don't find much between them. Both let you change colour temperature, both let you change auto brightness, and both let you have auto brightness and a favourite setting. Now, if you watch a lot of content on your monitor, I'd say the Halo would swing it for me. The backlight when you're watching a film or playing a game is really pleasant. I'd also say that if you're changing it up a lot with brightness and colour temperature, then the Halo might also be the best to choose, because the lovely little dial to change that on the fly is a bit more straightforward than messing around with the controls on the actual bar of the ScreenPro. All your controls on the Halo are on the little dial, as opposed to the Pro where they're all on the actual light bar itself. For me, the one that's going to stay above my monitor is the Pro. My inner sloth just fills with glee at the thought of one less thing to do, as the lights effortlessly come on and off as I enter my workspace. It's like finally having a PA, albeit one that only operates the lights for me. That said, I could be perfectly happy with the Halo. They are both lovely and surprising products for me, and I hope if you get one you find them just as worthwhile. There are links down in the description to check them out or buy them, and I'd love to hear from any of you that do already have one, what you think of it, or if you end up buying one of these, let me know in the comments what you think. See you again sometime.